Oh, of course, it's Iliadic. It's giving Hector and Achilles the ultimate duel.
We don't get to hide.
That's the line that he says to Anduin. Everything's coming together. Everything's connecting. The visual language of Warcraft is coming to a head. It's coming to a reckoning. Oh! Sova! In my World of Warcraft cinematic journey, the time has finally come for a reckoning. The epic conclusion of the battle for Azeroth cinematic journey. World of Warcraft. The time has come, my friends. I want to see philosophical idea of honor that has been explored between Anduin and Saurfang. If you're enjoying our time together, please check out some of the other videos we've covered on this channel. The time has come. Lore Masters, join me in battle once again. Oh, this feels like a reckoning. The music. Come on. Come on. It's a march of war. This is the finale to the saga of war for Azeroth. And it's told me that just with the music. Beautifully set up. And look at the lighting.
Varrock,
The sunset.
it's time.
Saurfang has come.
Those who defend Orgrimmar are Horde as well.
Yes.
Our brothers and sisters.
Beautiful lighting. It's a sunset.
These warriors have sworn to fight.
It's the twilight of
For
something.
you. Many
Twilight.
lives will be lost.
Or perhaps just one.
Orgrimmar. Where's that on the map?
Sylvanas Windrunner!
Oh,
I
chills.
challenge! Mak'gora!
Mak'gora? A duel to the death? Oh, of course, it's Iliadic. It's giving Hector and Achilles the ultimate duel. This is it. I called it. I said it's the Iliad.
A traitor leading traitors.
Here we go.
Why should I accept your challenge?
Because you're Horde, you have
You
to.
want to make me suffer.
It's so good. Wow, he's so smart. He appealed to her cruelty. Make me suffer. Let's go. Okay, so we've never seen one of these where someone doesn't cheat.
Brother, you cannot win.
I'm so... My heart's beating.
My old friend. You and I.
Beautiful scene.
We don't get to hide.
That's the line that he says to Anduin. And now it's like become a part of him. Anduin!
I set you on this path.
The war within, he says that to him.
And we knew where it could lead.
Mind blowing.
Walk with me. The rest of the way.
Chills, man. I got chills. Everything's coming together. Everything's connecting. The visual language of Warcraft is coming to a head. It's coming to a reckoning right here. It's beautifully done. Years of setup. Anduin's sword? What a symbolic choice. I can't believe it. Come on, Saurfang. Come on.
Let it be finished.
Oh no. She's so strong. Oh no. She's so strong.
The High Overlord falls.
No.
I trusted you. And so did they.
No.
Death comes, old soldier.
Old soldier.
And all their hope dies with you.
No. No. He's not done.
You cannot kill hope.
Yes. That's the line that was said to her.
And Teldrassil,
Yes.
you failed. Hope remains. You
Yes.
set us to kill each other.
It's giving
At
Princess
Morrowind.
Bride.
You failed.
Yes.
Here we stand. You
Come on,
just keep failing.
Yes.
Horde will endure.
Yes. Come on, Saurfang.
Strong.
Yes. Oh. Oh.
is nothing.
Oh, yes, Sophie! Nothing? What does she mean by that? Nothing. What is everything?
You are all nothing!
What? What? Come on, Sophie. For Azeroth! Sophie!
If you could see yourselves as I see you. Toy soldiers in tin plate.
No.
Beasts who howl for honor.
No.
Standing as one. Savor it. Nothing lasts.
No. She used magic. No. No. Sorfang! He hit her though.
What do we do now?
Now what? Is she the leader?
We bring him home.
No. True warrior, man. True warrior. Sylvanas cheated. No honor. No. No way. Did they disavow her because she cheated? Wait. He got the warrior's death he wanted. I just realized. Yeah, you're right. Come on. For Sorfang. Come on. For Sorfang. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's the thing though. Why is this my channel? Why is this my personal slogan? Cowards die first. Because cowards die 1,000 times before their death. But the brave only die once. Like Sorfang! Sylvanas dies 1,000 times before her death. Literally. Because she's a cheater. Because she lacks honor. That's what I'm talking about. This is a true warrior. And I told you, I got what I wanted. I got the arc of honor, the philosophy of honor. I got exactly what I wanted. Before this, in the last cinematic, I said between Anduin and Sorfang, there's this philosophical battle, this duel back and forth of what is honor. Does he have honor? What does it mean to be a warrior? What does it mean to die with honor? What does it mean to be an old soldier and live in a world where your son has passed away, but you still fight? What does it mean to serve under someone who has no honor? This is it. This is the philosophy of honor. He died a true warrior's death. Even though he lost the duel, he won. But can we get some clinks in the chat for Sorfang? Sorfang! Amazing. This is absolutely mind-blowing. This could be the finale to a movie. This is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's super great choreography too. I want to go back and look at it. It's so sad how strong she is though. Just shout out to Warcraft. Shout out to Blizzard for this and the artistic team and the directors. Like I said, if you're enjoying our time together, please make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hop into our Discord. The link is pinned in the chat right now on the live stream. And also, guys, click that join button if you want to become a member. There's those tings in chat. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, unbelievable. So for the lore masters, I have a question. I thought in the Makara, you're supposed to only use physical attacks. Is that true or is that not true? Did Sylvanas actually cheat? That's the question I have for the lore master. Did she actually cheat? Okay, we are going to break this down because there's a lot of great stuff going on here. I was very hyped on my first watch, and now I want to really give a cinematic breakdown. Like I said, it's hard to just watch unbiased anymore. Yeah, he also calls him Varrock, which is interesting. So a question for the lore masters. People in chat are saying she didn't cheat now. So what is it? That magic isn't banned. Somebody said yes. Somebody said no. She did cheat. People said she didn't. She cheated from the very beginning. You see how Saurfang weapons burn. Oh no, she did. It's controversial. Okay, so there's a lot of debate. I want to hear in the comments too on YouTube. What do you think on this? I kind of like how it's ambiguous, I will say. Is Virak like more of a personal name that you would call friend? Because I actually really like that Thrall chose to say that. Yeah, and it's really sad. And I got the feeling, this somber feeling of Twilight right at the beginning.
Those who defend Orgrimmar are Horde as well.
Yeah.
Our brothers and sisters.
I love this feeling. I mean, it's really a man like looking at his end. Tells a story here. The lighting tells a story of Twilight, man. It's a man at his twilight. This is a man who felt he should long be done. You know, he's past his prime. He doesn't really know what to do. He doesn't know how to find his end or how to end it properly. And he's also kind of like, he was at the point where he was marching into the enemy lines to die, to just die a warrior's death so he could be with his son. And, you know, he didn't want to live anymore.
These warriors have sworn to fight.
And now this is a man who's like, you know, do I find my purpose? Is this what honor is? You know, I'm technically betraying the Horde, but this might be closer to the definition, you know?
For you, many lives will be lost.
I know in this, like, I feel like Thrall knows that he's going to die here, which is really sad. I mean, look at his expression. They both know, and that's what makes this scene so poignant. They both know that he's not going to make it, but you know, his sacrifice might lead to something greater, and I think their gamble paid off.
Or perhaps just one.
Many lives will be lost, and of course he makes the decision to say one-on-one battle. I love it. It's so Iliadic, like I said. There's a cycle of hatred. She meant it. Yeah, she did, Aaliyah.
Sylvanas Windrunner!
I love the performance here. As he screams it, he says her name, and you can see he knows how powerful she is. He has this moment of like, I'm really doing this. This is my end. And then he says, I challenge.
I challenge!
You see that? That little moment. Sylvanas Windrunner, and he's like kind of like, oh, this is it. He kind of realizing what he's doing, you know?
Makora!
Beautiful. Unbelievable. And it's a beautiful shot, right? It's a beautiful shot. Sylvanas, we've established that she is a character to be feared. Saurfang is a humongous monster of a person. He literally one-shot Anduin. I know Anduin isn't, you know, the strongest warrior ever. He's not like a Varian physical strength, but he's still one-shot like a king. You know, he's a very strong guy. He's won battles his entire life. This shot is inhuman, right? It's an inhuman shot of her. It's a silhouette that's spiky and monstrous and terrifying. And look at this. The gates are like teeth. It's like he's just opened the maw of chaos. It's like the jaws of death been opened to him. And look who walks through. Terrifying shot. Just the lone banner person. Now this shot, I actually really like that they don't do a rack focus here. Very rare shot. And what I mean by that is there's a very shallow depth of field here. I would say it's probably a 1.2 or a 1.4 f-stop. And what that means is shallow depth of field, very blurry background when you're not focused in the focus area. So obviously the shot's not in focus now. And they have this effect of her walking into focus. Like finding her mark, which if you're on set, that'd be, you know, a camera operator pulling focus. And then she finds it. And it's really shallow depth of field. Like look at even the back of her armor here is out of focus, which means it's only a couple inches here in focus. Very, very shallow. But I love it. Almost inhuman. Like I said, she doesn't have a face. She walks out. And I also kind of like it because it's like Saurfang kind of focusing. People are saying in the chat, hashtag he doesn't know. I don't know. I don't know what they mean by that. What's going on here? What's going on? But yeah, I really like that. And, you know, she walks over like that, like the maw of death itself. Terrifying. And she just has a like hate-filled face, you know, just a hate-filled face. And it's terrifying. And I like to think this is what Saurfang sees. You know, it kind of takes him a moment to focus. But it was a cool choice, and I think that's kind of what they're portraying with this choice to not rack focus or follow focus, I should say.
A
Yeah.
traitor leading
Great. And then you have Anduin, like, so cool to see. So cool to see.
traitors.
Yeah.
Why should I accept your
Really nice shot here too. Enrique, thanks for the 5, man. Saurfang lost the duel, but won in every other aspect, he said. He avoided both sides of massive bloodshed, exposed Sylvanas, and unified the Horde. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, let me know if you guys agree. That's a great way to put it. But yeah, I like this really nice confrontational shot. It also shows how powerful she is. She's facing down 3 really, really strong adversaries all alone here, and does not even seem worried, right? Doesn't even seem worried about it. And in fact, they seem very on edge. So it's just like these little choices they make with the shot selection are awesome. Also, they've chosen a like sort of cowboy shot of these guys, but on Sylvanas' side, it's a hip shot over the shoulder, like lowered down. And what that does is it makes them look really small compared to Sylvanas, which is a very clever trick with the camera, right? Notice they look tiny, and this is like Sylvanas' hand, which would, you know, where's your head in the shot, right? It makes her look like a giant. So it's a really, really cool choice by the director there.
You want to make me suffer.
Like, it's like Sylvanas is bigger. Like, she's bigger than we can even see. She's so terrifying. She's so strong. Like, the frame can't contain her power. It's really cool. He's like, you want to make me suffer? And she's like, you're right. So I love, that's what I said on my first reaction. He appeals to her cruelty and that kind of, you know, ooh, that's right. I do like to make it. And we've seen her do this to other traitors that she gunned down and humiliated, right? When she arrested Bane. Bring out the banners. Look at that hateful look, man. Just awesome. Just awesome. Like, she doesn't even, and what I like about it is, I want to watch again. She doesn't even blink, man. She doesn't even blink. And if you've ever seen Mike Tyson fight, have you ever seen Mike Tyson fight in the past? It's a thing of intensity. But something Mike Tyson said, this is really cool, this little tiny detail of her not blinking, is that Mike Tyson said before a few fights, you can see him, he's just locked in on the opponent. Can we get some locked in emotes in the chat? Locked in emotes. I think this is a deliberate choice because Mike Tyson talks about it, and this is very true with martial arts. Just locked in. Completely emotionless, dead inside, no mercy, locked in, staring at the opponent, never breaking eye contact, never blinking, just complete, merciless, inhumane destruction. And he says every time when he'd be locked in with the opponent, he says the moment they looked away first, like broke eye contact, like couldn't look at him anymore, he's like, I already knew I won. It was already over. I already knew I won. I already knew they were dead. I was going to tear them apart and stuff. And it's like, whoa. And it really is like the psychology of a fight in martial arts is so important with stuff like that. You know, obviously skill level is very paramount and everything, but that just sort of psychology of understanding your prey. Yeah, look at those locked ins and yeah. They got really good shampoo. True. Yeah. She's making the locked in face. Yeah, she is. She is. It's awesome. But yeah, it's really, really cool. So I really like that effect, the no blinking. It also makes her seem inhuman. So really cool. Yeah. Ooh, creepy. Just hateful. And it's almost like she feels that before she turns away. It's like, he's already dead. And of course she knows she's stronger than him, just like they know she's stronger than him. It's a really, really nice choice there. Yeah. And then the sort of like fearful, foreboding music cuts for just a second. We end up getting something a little more intimate. Thank you so much, Spippy Sugarface. Welcome to the Order of Warriors. Let's see some swords in the chat for Spippy. Rise and join our number. Love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we are. Now we move on.
Brother, you cannot win.
He knows it. He knows it. It's, you can't win. So sad. He's like, why did you do this? Why did you challenge her? And then Saurfang has already accepted his fate. It's actually him who seems to be comforting Thrall. And it's like, on the rewatch. What a nice detail, right?
My old friend.
My old friend.
You and I.
We don't get to hide.
There it is, man. There it is. And I love the there's Charlene too. How you doing, Charlene? I love the returning of all the themes, man. All the themes. Honor. What does it mean to have honor? What does it mean to die with honor? Is there such a thing? How could that be? And then in this scene, he's comforting me and says, we don't get to hide. And it has many meanings here. It has many meanings. It's like, you know, we don't get to hide physically. We have to go and fight our battles. You know, we're warriors. We don't get to have a relaxing life as Thrall tried to do, right? And now it's like we don't get to hide from our fate. You know, we have to face it. We have to face the bells here. And it's just, it's a heavy moment. And I think that's really all you could say to him in this moment. Somebody in chat said, Thrall says, "Can I have your stuff?" Wow. That's wild. And he's like, "Yes. Just erase my hard drive. Please, old friend." Crazy. Yeah, look at this. Isn't that wild? Look at that. Anduin. It's interesting here. Anduin looks totally different. I'm gonna be honest. He looks completely different. Look at him. In the beginning, he's like has this kind of, I don't know what the word is, almost like boyishness to him. And then now he looks totally different. Thank you so much, Quasar. Thank you so much, Quasar. Just want to make sure you don't miss this detail. Old soldier started at dawn. Reckoning ends at twilight. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that detail. As it was said, old soldier starts at dawn. It does, doesn't it? I'm looking. It does, yeah. It starts at dawn. The sun comes up and hope returns. Then, in the reckoning, it's twilight. Gives the false illusion of one day has passed, but also, you know, the beginning of a life and the ending of a life. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I mean, he looks totally different, man. He's grown so much. Please erase my browser history. But yeah, it's crazy. Look at him. He looks fantastic, but he also looks like, you know, he's coming to his own as a king. I also like in the beginning that he has the helmet on, right? In the beginning, when it comes off, he looks terrified. He looks like a child who's like thrown into war. Now the helmet's off, and he looks like a leader. He looks awesome. Trevor McLeod, thank you so much for the 10. The scene where she comes out, the same as when Arthas comes out of the Wrathgate versus Sun. He also says the same line as his son. Let it be finished before he attacks. Ooh. Another callback. Thank you so much, Trevor. That's incredible. And thanks for the support, man. It's a really good super chat to highlight. But I love it. Yeah, he looks very different in the space of, I mean, I don't know how. Question for the lore masters. How long is this after Old Soldier? It's got to be what? Like, it's got to be at the least like a couple weeks. At the most, it could be like a year, years.
I set you on this path.
Now this, I really like. I set you on this path. But notice he doesn't look like he's regretting that decision. He's just kind of like taking accountability as a man. It's interesting, the difference.
And we knew where it could lead.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's saying like, you know, don't blame yourself. It's about a year or 2 years. Wow. Okay. And look at this shot. Just a beautiful shot of his armor. I love it. So well done.
The rest of the way.
A year. Wow. Walk with me the rest of the way. What a beautiful line. And then Anduin says, take my sword, man. Take my sword. That's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And there's that light. And it's like, you know, take my light with you. And it's really solidifying like the trust between the Horde and the Alliance here. The only king to go into Orgrimmar, really? And look at that. I just want to highlight, you know, as a warrior, this means so much. And, you know, warrior culture is different and you know, around the world, at least in our world, you know, and in fantasy worlds. But, you know, one thing that is very sort of consistent in warrior culture is one's sword is like one's weapon is very tied to, you know, their warriorhood, their brotherhood, their honor and everything. And like, it means a lot between two warriors, even of different cultures, to be like, you know, I'm giving you my sword, like for your most important battle. And like, it's not just any sword. It's not just like some garbage sword. It's Varian's sword, right? It's his father's sword. And of course, Saurfang knows that. He's saying he's giving me his father's sword for this fight. Like, that's how much he trusts me. And that's also just a boon to be like, you know, kind of show him without words how he feels. Really, really nicely done. And that nod is extreme sign of respect. Yeah, your weapon is your soul. Kiritasu says, yeah, totally. It's awesome. So I love that scene. Just sort of like, you know, warrior culture respect. And then he goes in with two weapons. And of course, it's symbolic in another way. Alliance, Horde, for Azeroth. You know, let's fight together. And that's it, like literally happening. And there he is. This is, of course, Zappy Boy, as you guys call him. And he says, honestly, he's, you know, there's a time for this. And Thrall says that time has passed. He has turned towards his opponent. Like I was saying about, you know, the Mike Tyson fights. It is not the time to look away and become emotional. So you're going to have to stay here. Really, really subtle. Nice choice there. And there it is.
Let it be finished.
Okay, so let it be finished. Chat was saying is a reference to what Saurfang's son said. Or rather, is it what Saurfang's son said or what Arthas said when he fought Arthas and perished? And that's a beautiful callback as well. Yeah. And Saurfang is the father figure to many. Who said that? That was Jesse McCat said in chat. The father, let me get this straight. It was the father who's lost a son, the son who's lost a father. And him and Zappy Boy come together. And him and Anduin come together. Right? And he's father to many in that way. He's father to these people. And you know, it brings a different sort of weight to it. Like, he's the guy who others have looked to. And for him to go fight here, it's like, it's a very heavy moment. Beautiful.
Be finished.
So at the Wrathgate, that was Dranosh Saurfang. His son said it. Oh, that's beautiful, Ogre. So yeah, his son actually said the same line. Whew. So awesome. And look at this. I want you guys to note the difference in the stances. So look at Saurfang. He's, you know, hulking. He's kind of like, he's hyped up. He's ready for battle. He's moving. He's moving to fight. And Sylvanas is just casually walking, and it's like, oh, that's scary. It's so scary, man. Not concerned. The body language is everything here. And there it is. Also, I want you to note, like, look at the size difference, but also is a humongous weapon. I think it's an axe. Oh, wait, is that Thrall's axe? Is that Thrall's axe? It's beautiful, but yeah, she blocks this enormous weapon. Is Abby going to sleep? Thank you so much, Abby, for being here. We appreciate you. Blocks it. It's just with this little knife. It's like, what? What's up, Mike? Welcome, man. Welcome. This is the best stream ever. Thank you, Leah. But yeah, it's unbelievable, right? Just, oh my goodness. Yes. Of course it's Thrall's. I should have known. Yeah. I was so focused on Anduin's. Yeah, you have to forgive me there. Of course. Right. Like I said, Azeroth, you know, Horde and Alliance. Of course, it's even more obvious like this. Hello. But yeah, she's so powerful, man. And like, what's really scary is not just the block, but that look right there. The smile of, yeah, that's your strongest attack when you're fresh. Too bad for you. Really, really not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. Oof. That's so rough, man. It's so rough. And I love the visual language that we established. I talked about it in the past. The green of the Legion, the fell magic, these colors of different magics that have been established in Warcraft is really, really cool. And then you have this purple coming back, which was established in the Battle for Azeroth. I think it's really cool that that comes back. Let's see it again. I want to see this kind of play out for a second here. In one go.
Let it be finished.
So he runs up.
Sorfang!
Just so well voiced. So I want to talk about the choreography a little bit. I really liked, of course, the first clash. So let's look at it. Let's look at it in detail. How strong is she to parry? Oh my goodness. But I really like that she parries him to the side, kind of uses his size and his weight against him. You know, classic martial arts against someone who's larger than you, which you really want to do. And just, all right, in the face. And there's like this magic on her daggers that's like, you know, affecting him and hurting him more than normal. And he's already down. And look at this sinister shot I just want to talk about. Look at the sinister shot right here. Obviously, you know, hugely referential to you know, the Trojan cycle, to the Iliad, Hector and Achilles, and it's beautifully done. But look at the sinister, you know, just complete nonchalance. With Anduin sword this time. Oof, the double. And I really like the bird's eye view here. And then we go back in intimate for the strike. Really good shot selection here. I very much approve. And that's it. And it's kind of like, you know, what's he thinking right here? It's like, I didn't even do anything. But I love that he gets fired up.
The High Overlord falls.
And this right here is why she loses. She could have silenced him instantly and made a mockery of him by just going a couple more hits, just boom, right in the neck, whatever. Anyways, anybody else want to challenge me? Okay, right? She didn't do that though. She decided to gloat.
I trusted you.
Oof. Oof. I want to talk about the expression right there and the acting. That was brutal from her. But what's interesting here is she seems to have a really like, Sylvanas' character is so interesting to me. There seems to be a like cognitive dissonance with her. Like, look at this.
I trusted you.
Oof, just the spite in the way she says that is really, really impressive. So shout out to the performance capture or animation, whatever was done for this exactly. But the vitriol, which she says, the venom, absolute disgust, right? Absolute disgust, a micro expression. And he says, yeah, totally. But yeah, what's cool here is she decides to gloat. And that's why there's something here. There's a real dissonance with her and like her like values. I trusted you. And it's like, trusted him? With what? Right? It's like obviously not to follow orders. Like, what is she talking about exactly? So it's very interesting. And we'll see in a second why what she's saying doesn't really make any sense, because she's like, Horde is nothing. But yeah, shout out to the actor for Sylvanas and Sorfa, everybody in the scene.
And so did they.
And so did they. She gotta make him suffer. She gotta rub it in. Look at this. Zappy boys, even having a watch, just So sad, man. And I love how Thrall is comforting Zappy Boy. He's like, this ain't gonna be pretty, you know? Somebody said Patty's voice is awesome. The plot makes me sad. It's definitely a sad scene.
Death comes, old soldier.
I like how she's like referencing all the old cinematic names. It's so great, you know?
And all their hope dies with you.
Yeah, and this is really cool too. Of course, we're gonna get a reference back to Warbringers. This is what I was talking about. I love how the cinematic language and literally the physical language of Warcraft that has been voiced is coming full circle, because we're getting references to "we don't get to hide," which is echoed here, which is echoed in Safe Haven, which is echoed in War Within, and then we're getting an echo of Sylvanas Warbringers in the line that was said there. And there's Zappy Boy. Really good choice to show Zappy Boy in this shot, because it's the moment of he's gonna die now. This is the death blow coming, and that's the guy who trusted him, you know. And there's the moment of almost like he's accepting his death, and it would be very easy to do that for Sorfang, but this is where it comes in. True warriorhood.
You cannot kill hope.
To say that in the face of just absolute destruction and pain and agony and death, that's a true warrior. Wow.
You tried at Teldrassil.
Tried at Teldrassil. We know what that is. She literally said it. Can't I? Boom.
You failed. Hope remains.
And look at this. What I like about this still is she's still easily parrying him. And this is her mistake. She's like, oh, I'll just listen to his stupid speech and parry stuff. But his speech, everybody's listening. Not just her. Everybody else is listening. And this is why she fails. Check this out.
You set us to
And this is very Princess Bride. This is very, hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Not so much in the lines, but, you know, it's a powerful line, but more in the, you know, boom. Boom. Every line is hammering down on her. And it's not hammering down on her body because she's stronger than him. It's hammering down on her character. The whole horde's listening. Beautiful. Love it.
kill each other at Lordaeron. You failed.
It's starting to agitate her. Did you see that? It's starting to get to her.
Here we stand. You just keep failing.
I love it. And I love on his end that he doesn't even care if he dies now. He knows he's gonna die the moment he took this duel, the moment he challenged her. He's just swinging with all his force. He's not even looking. He's just completely like convicted in his words.
Stand.
So it's kind of cool to make him fight so recklessly.
You
And I like how he fights now exclusively with Anduin's sword, because it's like a symbol of exactly, you know, trusting an Anduin, the alliance.
just keep failing.
And she's still parrying everything perfectly, but she's not parrying the sort of damage that's being done everywhere else.
The Horde will endure.
Yes.
The Horde is strong.
And again, I love that she still is easily parrying stuff, right? Princess Bride is a perfect movie. Factual statement. And look at this, right? Pops open, and it's just, you know, the legacy. This is what I love, is there's an idea in pretty much all of mythology, all of religion, all of, you know, everything. This idea, it's very Tolkienian as well. Very Tolkienian idea of, you know, like, we'll never be as great as our fathers. Like the age behind us was like a lofty age. It's also a big idea in Hinduism. You know, each age becomes less holy, less pure, less great. And, you know, these stories of legend are like beyond our grasp and stuff. So I love the idea of him sort of carrying on the legacy with, I love the idea of the legacy of Varian. And I need a question for the lore masters now. I don't actually know this. Where did Varian's sword come from? Was that his father's too? If so, this is even cooler what I'm saying. But yeah, like, it's this idea of the legacy being literally carried on, right? It's so cool. And there it is, her first mistake, because she's being, you know, completely overwhelmed. And that was awesome because just from a martial standpoint, look at what physically happens here. She parries one sword, he turns around, come back with two. Unexpected. She didn't know that was going to happen. And look how fast. So they chose slow-mo there very, very cleverly because it happens so fast. Faster than her eyes can see, which is pretty substantial. And then see, she blocks the one. Yeah, another pair. Wait, there's a second sword? Awesome. Really, really cool.
The Horde is nothing.
And this is what's interesting. She makes her first mistake, and it's not getting hit in the face. It's a different mistake, a much more dire mistake. Look at this. And I love the music there because it's this like holy music with the choir welling up as the sword breaks. It's like almost like the legacy of Varian. Varian's sword is named Shala Main. The elves gave it to him. Ooh, that's even cooler. Jaina gave them to Varian? Really? They're an ancient elven blade. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. They're from like a bygone age. I love it even more. Continuing the legacy of this sword. But yeah, what I like is the music sounds almost like holy as he breaks it apart. And what I love about it is when he hits her with it, there's this like bah with the horns. That in a song that would play usually when you kill somebody. Right? And it's really cool because it's like he's just striking her at all, just damaging her at all is enough to just completely discredit her power. It's really cool. And then this is what really discredits her own words.
The Horde is nothing.
It's interesting because you can see the pain and the rage welling up inside her makes her slip up and say that. And you see that? This is a really important shot because this is not only what the flag bearer is saying, who's literally holding the Horde flag. Read the room, right? So it's like, what are we doing? But this represents everybody in the Horde up on those walls, proudly watching their leader who they like did horrible, dishonorable things for. And he said, the Horde is nothing? Yeah, say psych right now. Exactly, right? So it's like, what did she just say? Big slip up. Big slip up. I love it. And then look at Sylvanas. Oh, it's so good. The performance. Sylvanas realizes her mistake right there. Look at that. Oh, it's actually Sylvanas's flag, not the Horde. Okay. Well, it's still, you know, she's the leader. Isn't that interesting? She realizes what she did, the mistake she made, and it's like, how you gonna explain that one to the kids? Right?
You
Caught in 4K, somebody said, yeah.
are all nothing.
Whew, chills, man. Every time she screams like that, something weird happens where it's you realize she's more than just like a really strong person with a couple of weapons. She's like got this really scary power that just can drop people in a second. Isn't that wild? So good. And you see the people up on the wall holding the standards of their generals and stuff. It's like, whew. And what's interesting about this is it's really creepy. Like I gotta, did you hear my reaction? I was like, what? It's uneasy. So creepy. What I like about it is it shows the reactions.
All nothing.
I like when she says all, then, only then do you see like everybody looking on. But what's interesting is I want you guys to note, she says all, nothing. She's looking at the Alliance, but it shows the Horde. So it's almost like her true feelings, you know? So interesting. And then that moment, it's like, what is it echoing? So for me, it's echoing Battle for Azeroth when she said, for the Horde. She rallied for her people. She rallied them together. And then they got hyped up and they fought for her. She said, for the Horde. Now she said, the Horde is nothing? And the reaction is very different. Right? And right there, he knows he did something to her. See that? He knows he did it. Beautiful. See that smile though? And she's just so disgusted. She doesn't even let him finish his line. She's so disgusted with him. But I love it. I love everything about this. The sound design too. Listen. Almost the same exact song. All right? It's almost the same exact song of when she says for the horde. There's a silence and then Sorfang goes, oh, and everybody yells behind him, right? It's almost the same in that respite in the editing and everything. And it's so interesting because her arrogance, man, is what caused her to do it. Do you realize she could have started the battle and said, all right, we fighting? Boom. Could have done that to him. Could have one-shot him. But she completely discredited herself in front of all of her troops, insulted her entire army, called them literally nothing. The horde is nothing. And then that's why she did it, because she knows she's screwed now. It's interesting. And there's our friend.
See yourselves as I see you.
And then this is where stuff gets really scary. Because you see that and you say, wait, what? Because think about it. Something's off here. How did she just one-shot one of the strongest warriors on Earth? Right?
Toy soldier.
Something's going on here. Something's going on here.
In tin plate.
Toy soldier, like, what is happening? Yeah, something feels off here. It feels like she screwed something. Like somebody said in chat, it feels like she overplayed. Yeah, something's wrong. It's like she revealed too much. I feel like she didn't show she was that powerful. So what I'm saying is, in Battle for Azeroth, she jumps on a siege tower and does a very impressive display, fights everybody with their bow and arrow, and is like beating them and dodging arrows, and then like shoots the siege tower several times, blows up part of it, goes down, kills a couple people. She just nuked this guy. She didn't have that power before. So something's going on here, and it's fascinating to me. Something is off, and it's like
Beasts who howl for honor.
Beasts. Like she's looking down on them. Like she's higher, but she's from a loftier plane. You know, she's stronger than them. Like what?
Standing as one.
Standing as one. Like she's disgusted that the Horde and the Alliance have joined together here. So it's interesting.
Savor it. Nothing lasts.
And she just like leaves them and abandons them. And it's super interesting. And that's a very sad shot. I really like this choice for the shot because, it shows how like the great mighty person has fallen and is now low, and he looks really small in the frame. And that was a good choice to pull back just a little bit more than they had to make him look small, right? They could have filled the frame nicely up here, but they didn't. It was intentional. Really good. Awesome. Oliver, thanks for the 2. Says she uses magic because she broke her cover. Yeah, it's crazy. Like she really doesn't respect them. I feel like she was frustrated. Thank you so much for the 2, Oliver. Much appreciated. Yeah, I feel like she doesn't respect them. So she was just like, I shouldn't have said that. Boom. And it's interesting because she leaves the Horde here, it seems. I don't know what happens next. It seems she leaves the Horde, so.
What?
So I have a question for the lore masters. Like, what happened right there, how do I explain this? Like, she's powerful, right? I feel like everybody would be surprised at that power, even her own soldiers, even her own right-hand man.
We bring him home.
And there it is, the look of a king who, for once, you know, he had to have a soldier die for his cause, but he's, you know, he's more resolved. He doesn't look like full of regret and questioning what he knew this had to happen. And that's the difference. Yeah. Awesome. This is a great moment. This is a great moment right here. I love that we look to this person who, as far as we can tell, is like bearing Sylvanas' banner. Looks like the assassins, in fact. So what's really cool here is a couple things happen. Ding ding means open the gate, right? But watch. It's more than that. It's also pretty significant. So just the opposite of the shot before, it's kind of a cool effect, is when Sylvanas walks out, it's a silhouette. The entry out of Orgrimmar is, of course, you know, blown out with light. And she's walking out, looks very sinister. But she's also walking out, you know, into the light and everything. Now we have, of course, this like jaw, this maw, as I said, opening up. And you have Sorfang being carried in. Into the darkness, and he's not a silhouette. These guys are well lit. So it's cool. It's super opposite. Gives a different feeling. But what I love about this is, yeah, it's also very Hamlet, in my opinion. With William Shakespeare, Hamlet sort of like carrying in, you know, the warrior, and that's beautiful. Sign of respect. Zappy boy. So something I really like about this is we actually don't see. It's a really cool choice by the filmmakers here. Is we don't see the horde like cheering. We don't see that sign of respect. What the director chose here was awesome. We just have this one guy, and then this guy. We don't see the horde all go together. We very cleverly cut to the people who, you know, as far as we're concerned, are the closest people to Sorfang. And we see their reaction to this sign of respect for a true warrior. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And we see their reaction to their friend being honored in his death. It's just beautifully done. It's beautifully done, and it brings a sign of what Sylvanas said, is that the horde is nothing. We're all nothing. We're all just toy soldiers that are going to die. Nothing lasts. Just this dehumanizing language. But then we have here like the most human, the most civilized action. You know, mourning your dead, honoring your dead, honoring culture. Like this is culture. Sylvanas is just like anti-culture, anti-honor, everything like that. And this is it, guys. This is what I said. This is the full circle. That's what I wanted, the full circle of the philosophy of honor. We have a person who is now being honored for his honorable death. And, you know, really, he, without a question, died for the Horde. He died for the Horde to prove a point that Sylvanas was not a good leader for them. And unfortunately, she put all her eggs in the basket of, I'm the strongest, therefore they're going to follow me. And she inadvertently completely discredits herself as a leader to them. So I found that super cool. And it's like the layers to this, man. I would say it again. I said it a million times. This should be a movie. This should be a movie. Just plain and simple. It's fantastic. You could easily, let me repeat that, easily turn Battle for Azeroth into not even a trilogy, one film. One film. I know a lot of you guys are going to go open arms and say, no, at least a trilogy, at least a massive series, 5 seasons. Yes, you could do that. And let me know what you guys think in the chat and in the YouTube comments if you're watching after. You could easily turn this into a series, several seasons, 1 season, 8 episodes, 8 hours, 4-hour miniseries. You could also do a trilogy of films. This could be a film. And let me tell you why. Because look at these cinematics. I said this a long time ago. Do you remember? Why do these cinematics shine so much? Because we decided to focus on character with these, right? We focused on character. Old Soldier is a super intimate piece. Just looking at this one man struggle with grief, with honor, and, you know, what is his existence mean anymore? Isn't he supposed to be a warrior? Isn't he supposed to die in honor? And then what is he going to do? His son died. So what's going on? You know, that's not right. It's not supposed to happen. And we focus on character for that. And we go through all these little streams, all these, been streaming too long, all these little scenes, and we're focused on character very intimately. Even though this is a fight scene, even though the last scene, Safe Haven, was a fight to the death with assassination attempt, this is totally different, right? It's still an intimate scene between 2 friends just talking. You see what I mean? It would be so good to rival Arcane. It could rival Arcane if they focused on character. That's what I'm telling you. Why was Arcane so good? Focused on character. Bounce says, I don't know, my character was there and cheated a heck of a lot in those quests. That's so funny. You guys are like, what about my character? Which makes perfect sense. I'm just telling you from storytelling. I haven't played the game yet. I will soon. We're going to play together here on stream, so make sure to get ready for that. But yeah, it's focused on character, and that's why these shine. That's why these shine, man. Why, when I hit the Arthas one, the Lich King cinematic, did I lose my mind? I was so interested in the sort of like almost like microscopic storytelling techniques that are being used, the hints, little lore drops, and the suggestions by the smallest move of body language. Because I could see it's like, this is a character-driven piece. The character doesn't even speak. He doesn't even say anything. And it's a deeply character-driven piece, a deeply character-motivated piece that tells a story far beyond the visuals that are on screen. So it's the subtext of it. So that's when I knew, there's some character in this. There's some character here. And now when we get to this, we are literally in a war scene. The highest stakes, the most lore-driven, geopolitical conflict-driven stuff. But it's still all about these little character moments. This is a scene between 2 characters. And it's so well done. The power play between these 2, thinking she's winning when she in fact completely loses, like, just so well done. But yeah, I think they could do it. They could do it in one film. You could also do it in a trilogy or a few episodes. You know, do an episode focusing on Jaina, of course, and her story with is it Tolkiris? Is that how you say it? You could do that. But yeah, it'd be fantastic. But also, I want you guys to consider the runtime. Like, what's the runtime of these? Maybe 20 minutes. All these amazing things. What's up, Ramstein? Thank you so much, Ramstein, for the 2. Can we send links with super chats? You know what? I actually don't know. I have no idea. Thanks for the 2. By the way, I'm still super new to streaming on YouTube. I streamed on Twitch a lot in the past, but I'm very new to this. I will look into that. I don't know. Oh my God, Tholos. Thank you so much, Tholos, for the 5. Hey, Phil. The shot of Sylvanas' reveal in Reckoning is the same as the one of Arthas in Wrathgate. Both end with a dead Swordfang. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We had talked about the line echoing that, but we didn't even catch that. The shot was the same. It's been too long since I saw Wrathgate. Thank you. And that's an old cinematic, an old in-game cinematic. Cole Tiris. Oh, I got it backwards. Tolkiris. I got it backwards. Yeah. I tried to send a link but couldn't. Yeah, it must be either turned off or it's not available. So there's some things that are out of my control, Ramstein. I will certainly look it up, but I will say Discord. Discord's a great place for links. You can go in and you can go link. I mean, don't spam, please. Or the mods will not enjoy it. Like I said before, I have an invisible team of mods that are always watching, doing their best to anyway. So yeah, make sure to follow the rules in there, guys. But yeah, if you want to drop links, pop in there. But yeah, somebody said in chat the word nuance. Yeah, there's a lot of nuance here. And I guess my point is I'm impressed. There's been nuance in this. It could easily be like just pure hype, pure action, pure spectacle. It has those things, but is not the focus of it. The focus is deeply, sort of like dissected character motivation and little expressions and everything. It's very well done. So, yeah. Yeah, I generally don't allow links. I don't do it on Twitch. I don't allow links on Twitch because, well, I did in the past. I'll just say that. It didn't turn out well. But yeah. Crazy stuff. But yeah, this is fantastic. I really, really loved it. Definitely one of my favorites. And, maybe sometime on stream we can watch all of this saga. And I don't mean I just mean the pre-rendered stuff for Azeroth. That would be so cool. That would be so cool to see. Did you see the Warcraft movie? I did. Music. Music Man Dan, we had a movie night over on Twitch, and we're going to do more of those. So make sure to follow on Twitch. I'll link it for people who want to do that. We do a lot on Twitch. Not just movie night, but the Warcraft movie night was sick. We all watched it together. It was amazing. We somehow had over 100 and I think it was over 120 people who were all in there watching the movie with me. It was so much fun. Yeah, so if you guys missed that, definitely pop in. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. But yeah, this cinematic was unbelievable. Definitely one of my favorites ever, and was worth the really deep analysis. Shout out to the creative team behind this. The director, the storyboarding on this is solid. Like I said, the fights are very, very cleverly selected shots and storyboarded very, very well. But I mean, we already know from the Warbringers how good the sort of like animatics and storyboarding is on these. So shout out to everybody. So much fun. And yeah, as always, guys, Discord is the best way to catch anything. The one thing I don't really post too often in Discord is like my Instagram stuff and my Twitter stuff. Twitter is definitely one of the best places to follow me because I post all my like fun, like skits and all the cool gaming stuff we do. So Twitter is definitely worth a follow. But yeah, beyond that, Discord is a place for all announcements. And like if we ever do a movie night, if we ever do anything, it's going to be, and you'll know about it. Yeah. But as I said, I'm still very new to streaming. In just a month, I think just over a month now, like this community has exploded. And yeah, we got some subscribers, we got a few thousand subscribers, but like the sense of community has exploded in here. So I just want to thank you guys for like being a part of that. It's been really nice to watch, and it's been really nice to kind of get to know you guys. As I was saying earlier, it's kind of like sending letters back and forth when we make a YouTube video, you comment, and then it's really cool to be able to chat with you guys live like this. So thank you. Tons of people here, and more importantly, like celebrating the cinematics with all you guys. It's just so much fun. It's so much fun. There's nothing like it. And I'm just glad I can, kind of be honest, just glad I can like give a hangout area for the WoW community right now. It's been really fun. Like obviously we cover other stuff on the channel. We cover Final Fantasy, we cover Genshin, we cover League of Legends, like all kinds of stuff. We do the cinematics, we play games. But this has been a really like special journey just in this sense for Azeroth in chat. And I'll see you guys later. Good night, friends. Thank you all.